I am joined by Jourdon LaBarber. He's the sports editor for the Griffin. He's the beat writer for the men's basketball team. And last week, the Griff schedule was released, and there's some exciting games on it. They've got the matchup against Notre Dame that we've been teasing, and they also play in the NIT season tip-off tournament, which is something that this program wouldn't have been invited to the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year, going to postseason play, having a 21 season definitely played a big role in them getting there. And although we don't know the games yet, I know Rutgers is a potential matchup. It definitely provides a big opportunity for the team. You win the game in the first round, another upset in the second round. It's going to take a couple upsets, but you have the opportunity to play at Madison Square Garden, really get on the national stage, and that's a big opportunity for a program like us.
Yeah, you just mentioned they can make themselves available to the national population. They'll be seeing our team here. If they win a couple these two games here, what does that do for them when it gets down to the road into postseason talk?
Well, winning those games, it's all about experience, I think. I asked the guys last year after they played games at Syracuse, the big games here against St. Bonaventure and UB where the crowd was full and it was a playoff-type atmosphere. They always say, those are the games that prepare you for that postseason atmosphere. And I know this team wants to make a run at the MAC championship, so it's a big deal.
You mentioned the crowd. We all know last year, it was pretty disappointing. Fans, you dropped the ball. You got to be at the games more. I'm saying it right now. Let's look through the schedule. There's some big home games. Obviously, you're going to have Niagara at home. Mm-hmm. St. Bonaventure is not at home this year, but what are the games that fans need to come out and see?
I think you got to come out for Niagara, obviously. But I think Iona's a big game. That's the team that bounced us last year, and that's a very talented team still. Sean Armand can shoot as good as anybody in the entire country. Quinnipiac and Monmouth, two first-year teams in the MAC. That's going to be their first visit as conference opponents. Those are games I look forward to covering, and really all the conference games are a good time because you never know in the MAC who's going to win. So.
Do you think that we will actually see more fans at these games?
Oof, that's tough. I know we have that group of committed fans. I know Coach Barron, it seems like his single most mission here is to get the fans to the games. I know he's going to try his hardest. I think it's on Canisius to really get out there. It's tough for me to say, though. I know we'll be at Niagara, though.
That's true. That is one of the few games where they definitely did have the fan support, and the encouraging thing there was there were a lot of fans that went to Niagara, too. And they have a Valentine's Day date at Niagara, so that should be a good one. Be sure to travel. I'm sure Joe Ritigliano and C Block will have something for you to easily get up to Niagara. Let's talk about Notre Dame now.
Okay.
They went into Syracuse last year. Mm-hmm. They competed in the first half with less than a minute to go. They had a 1-point lead. It was 32-31 or 33-32. I don't have the score in front of me. And then in the second half, Syracuse pulled away. Do you see something similar happening at Notre Dame this year?
I think they could compete early. I think in a lot of games like that, the mid-major team has a chance to compete. Do I see them having a chance to win? Niagara went to Notre Dame last year. They got blew out. So it's going to be tough. But, we did have the upset over Temple, and Temple was a good team. Temple was a team that beat Syracuse last year, who actually beat Notre Dame last year. So it's there. The opportunity's there. We still got a good team. We lost some pieces, but I think they have a shot.
Brandon and I put a number on it in our last segment. Mm-hmm. If we ask you to do that, are we putting you on the spot too much, or are you comfortable? Let's put out a number right now.
20%.
Okay, so you agree with Brandon there?
Yeah, it's a long shot, but it's a shot.
Excellent point. And let's go kind of to the end of the season now. And you saw last year we had key matchups with Rider, with Iona late in the season. Look at the last handful of games here. Which has the potential to be the most impactful game as far as postseason seeding goes?
Ooh, you talking about the conference schedule?
With MAC play,
yeah. They're all so impactful. I think the only answer is the last ones, because at that point it's going to be so jumbled together. They're going to have to win all those games because, honestly, it's a conference where the best team and the worst team are going to compete head-to-head, no matter who's playing who. So, obviously, the game against Rider, the game against Manhattan to close the season, it's a tough road trip to close it out. So,
they definitely have a tough end of the season. Out of their last 6 games, 4 of them are on the road. It starts with the Niagara game, ends at Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And if you look at last year, Manhattan wasn't one of the top 5 seeds. They went to the championship game anyway. So does the regular season seeding even matter?
Oh, it matters. It definitely matters. Like I said, anyone can beat anyone in the MAC. That being said, Canisius played the whole year last year looking like a top seed. And things don't go their way in the last day of the season, and they end up all the way down at number 5, I believe. And that paired them with Iona in the first round. I think they could play any other team in the first round last year, they advance. So the seeding definitely matters. It definitely matters in who you're going to get that first round.